Happy Friday. Derek Demore with Futures Demore and Futures Networks Live. Got a little guitar music in the background. If you like it, give it a thumbs up. We might do this in the future, but today is especially dedicated to Travis and his dad, Philip, for just raising an amazing man in Travis and just what he means to Futures Networks Live. And his dad went into eternity today, and just praying for you, my brother. And I know that, you're going to do well going forward. So this is for you. Let's talk about OB, what we did, and maybe predictions, and see where we're going to end up next week. So at market, I saw some things this morning. I actually thought that the Russell was going to go short, which it kind of did, and stay below the 200 period, but it reversed on me. But anyway, the signal was for a long, and we decided to go long in all three markets. Again, I do a 10.5 on the Russell, I do a 12.2 on the NAS, and I do a 8.4 on the S&P. And because of just some things that I saw, and I want to show you specifically this line that came back and touched the 89 period right here where it was with all this chop, I decided to put a limit order in. So I split my contracts. I only did one contract just in case I didn't know, but it looked like it could come down. I did one contract, and then I did a limit order at 7 points. So we'll kind of see what ended up happening. Got stopped out on the NAS, and I kind of did the same thing here. I split, but it went further. So ended up losing more points there. And then the Russell went down 4.8 points. So, and then turned around. So this is kind of what ended up happening. You'll see we did great, made the 10 on that, got stopped out on the NAS. And then this, I just let run up to the old all-time high. So our average was basically 41.99-ish, and I let it run to 13.75. So, two contracts, we'll just call it 14 points, and good day. Tried something different on my limit orders. I got in on limit orders. I want to kind of go through what I did here. So I actually went short on the Russell. So I got stopped out on the Russell. I was trying something different where I'm going to try to predict one of the market that rotates out of and into the other two markets. Today I got it wrong. So I was wrong on that one. On the NASDAQ and the S&P, obviously I did very similar, although my limit orders were actually lower than on the market. So I waited, and I got in at 41.99 and 41.96. So my average entry was a little lower, but then I only got out at 8 points. So I didn't take it as far because I was busy doing other stuff. I didn't have time to change my exits. Now on the NASDAQ, I waited because I saw something, and I wanted to show you this. This is kind of important. I'm going to show you on the big screen. Now, in all honesty, taking a short, if I wasn't focused on three markets and setting 6 different, entries and all this, I probably would have seen this. And what I'm going to do over the weekend is automate with alerts and get my market order entries set up so that they can be done automatically. And then I can concentrate on my limit orders. I would have taken this short because I see this breaking. It's below the 10 period now. Close, retest, close. I would have probably done a short limit order and tried to get in short. But what I saw is this. You have this, the 50 staying basically above the 89 and now coming up. I saw this coming back to the 50 and then potentially coming back to the top of this line, which is way down there. I mean, we're talking right at opening bell, we're at 714, and that is 660. So that's 55 points basically, which isn't huge in the NASDAQ. That's, we're about 10 points in the S&P and the Russell. But so I put a limit order, my first contract at 70, 76, 75 actually I had it at. And then I put my next limit order at 63 because it was 12 points. So 75 and 63. And here's what happened. So the limit order I would have gotten in short was right. I mean, I would have been in on that. So I would have been able to take that down for the, say, 40 points or whatever. Then getting in at 75 and then my next contract at 63 brought my average up, 6 points above that. So 69 was my average. So, and let's just see what happened. We went from 69 all the way back up to 741. Now I only took 30 points. I took 25 and 35, but it happened super quick. So that was a really good trade on my limit orders. And so I stopped out on the Russell. Let me show you what I did on the S&P. Oh, I already talked about it. My average was 40. It was 99 and 96. My average was 97.50. So overall, I made 8 points. I made 30, and then I lost 5 twice. Yep. So positive day in general. I was very happy with how it all traded out and making good decisions. Now, I may not have gotten into this limit order, but I was being protective. And this going short on this, obviously a mistake, but I'm gonna attempt to figure out going forward, rather than trading all three the same direction, I'm gonna see if I can sense where there's rotation out of and into. I may only do that for a couple weeks because I may go back to just the right entries on the limit orders at the right spots. And if they hit me, great. If not, then I'm not gonna get in at opening bell. All right, let's see how we did on end of day stuff and going into the weekend. All right, so we're gonna go backwards. We're gonna start with the Russell today. Nailed it basically today. I mean, I was kind of been off. I've been ending up right in the middle, but this one, I kind of saw how it was gonna develop. It did come almost all, what's interesting is I'm getting the extremes, right? I'm seeing that it's gonna come down potentially to one end, and then where is it going to end up is the hard part sometimes. But what I'm noticing is I'm filling the range on my daily calls. So I like that I'm seeing where it could go and then turn around. So for today and then going forward, we notice a channel break, which is one of our members happened to suggest this. And that is very interesting because the channel break coincides with a long day. So let's see where we're going to end up today. Well, I'm pretty bullish about the Russell today. It doesn't mean we can't have a pullback and end up, down here, but I like the channel break. I like that we have momentum. If we close above the 10 period, that's a good sign. We could close below it, but I like this for bullishness going into the weekend. Now we did have bad news, so let me think. All right, I changed my mind. I put one right there, just right on the channel line. I mean, we're still going to be good, kick over and possibly go up tomorrow, but there is a chance that we'll end up here. So, all right, let's look at the other markets. All right, and here was the NAS. Similar, didn't quite come down as far as I thought it would, but came down and double tapped, bounced, which I'm going to be looking more for daily double taps. I like this look. We did also break a channel, very distinctive. So I'll redraw that, and I hit my mark on the daily. So I like that. Let's see where we're going to end up. All right, this is where I like the NAS ending up. Right above this line that we broke. I don't think it's going to pull back that far, or up here close to the 14. If I get up to 14, I missed it by a little bit. Now this one kind of did what I thought the other two would do, is go a little higher, and so it went further than I thought, and it didn't come down as far as I thought. So this market, like everything else, was shifted down. If you shift this candlestick down, so that the wick's down here, then I'm right in the money. So this one was a little bit different. It just went further up and not as low as the other two markets. So we had a distinctive channel break, and now we are above all-time highs. What's really interesting is that we are literally at this peak to peak. So if we can get above that, then we're going to really launch. Where do we end up today? Oof. So we on the 4 hour, it looks like we're in an Elliott wave. We might be peaking at about this, this area. But if we go up to the 42.39 in this candle with 3.5 hours to go, and then have a pullback of a decent amount, that gets us into the close. So, we're going to either end up high, 42.40-ish, or down probably here, 42.10. Okay, I figured it out. So pretty confident about this one. If we end up at the end of the day, it's going to be right around 42.40. If it gets up there now and then pulls back, we'll most likely have a pullback to this area somewhere. And if we end the day there, we're still above this chop. We need to stay above where on the 4 hour to basically 41.80 on the 4 hour to have a true Elliott wave on the 4 hour. All right, let's get our totals. All right, and here's the final. The market entries, we totaled 6 points for 168 currency units, 1,680 if you're on the minis. Basically split, made 14 points on the S&P. We lost 18 because I did 12 and 24, so half of that is 18, one on each, so it ended up negative 18 on two, and then plus 10 on the Russell. Oh shoot, this is wrong. Hold on one second. Okay, so my limit order entries, kind of interesting. My average entry on this was 41.9750. Just saw another error. So that was my average entry. So we made 9.5 on those two contracts. I split, remember I talked about in the video how I split my entries were way down 13,675 and 13,662, which we got in on actually 663, sorry. So I'll change that. And so we made points, 30 points on the NASDAQ, and then we lost 5 because I went short on the Russell, and so I lost 5 points on that. So a total of 34 points, 165 and 1650. So overall, market did a little better than limit order. So market seems to be kicking my butt, even though I did do kind of some DCAing on this. So thanks for being with Futures to More, Futures Networks Live, and we will see you on Monday. Aloha, mahalo.